Okay, all that aside, let's actually start here. Okay, so first thing we want to talk about is the Talladega race from last week. What a mess.
I can't even remember anything anymore.
It was so long ago. Alright, let's try to go in order here.
Okay.
First lap, there was a caution.
Christopher Bell.
That was an issue.
What even happened? Was it a tire?
I think a tire went down on him. I don't even. And then what happened after that?
Then we had
the next big wreck. There was another big wreck. It took out Eric Almirola from the lead.
You skipped something.
Did I skip something?
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky Stenhouse. Who cares?
Yeah.
He crashed.
Still,
well. He crashed. Oh well. So and then the first big one happened.
Yeah.
We had Eric Almirola. He got taken out from the lead. He got Alex Bowman involved. Kyle Busch almost flipped over. I think he took Ryan Blaney with him, and that was hard to see because I was really rooting for Alex Bowman in that race. But
because you had him.
Because I had him. And then after that, something happened with Michael McDowell. And he got
that's
out of the
who
race.
I had.
Yep, and then...
Well, wasn't there a hole in the grill?
Something with a hole in the grill, yes, I believe, yeah.
Just use a microwave. Like, come on.
Yeah, Tanner, he said he's calling it the Yellow Flag Line 500. That's a good one. That's a good name. And then after that, Kirk Busch got accepted into NASA. Mm-hmm. Good for him.
He took his first trip. Almost made it to space.
Almost. He did get on top of a car, so...
Who was that? Well, he was slightly on Bowyer, but he was also on...
I think it was Cole Custer he was on
Cole
top
Custer.
of. So I'm sure that was a good ride for the rookie. I'm sure he enjoyed that.
He didn't even know until after.
No, he had no clue after that one. And then after that, there was another big wreck. It took out Kyle Busch, Logano got taken out, Truex got hit, Harvick got in it, and... Yeah, that was a mess. And then
this whole race was a mess.
And then we get to the finish.
The finish was...
that was something. So, what do we got? There was a 6-car battle. It was who? Benedetto, Eric Jones.
We should first talk about Bubba and the run
Bubba, yes, Bubba.
That whole race.
Great race for him. Mm-hmm. Almost won. Till he hit the wall at the end.
And then he got...
Yeah, that was honestly kind of disappointing, but... Hey, he almost got his first win. That would have made a lot of people probably really mad. But that would have been also really cool though for him. Then now
wait, didn't somebody turn him? It was Ryan Preece.
Ryan Preece got
clipped
him.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's get to the finish.
Oh, the finish is so controversial.
So what do we got? It was a battle between Benedetto, Byron was there, Eric Jones was there, Chris Buescher was there, Denny Hamlin was there.
Mm-hmm. Denny Hamlin came out of nowhere. He was just sitting in the back.
He did the strategy that I think is really smart. Sit in the back, wait for everyone to do something, and then just win the race. I mean, he did basically what I do in iRacing.
Yeah.
That's what I do a lot. And then, let's see, Matt DiBenedetto threw a big block, almost hit the wall, almost spun out William Byron at the end there. And then here comes Denny Hamlin.
Out of nowhere.
I don't know what actually happened there. He did... I don't know. It's a tough call on NASCAR there. If you ask me, yes, he should have been penalized, most likely. Yes.
Because he had plenty of time to come back up.
Yes, the rule is, he kind of got forced down there a little bit. He didn't get hit, but then when he was down there, he stayed down there.
Yeah, he didn't decide to come back up,
he passed the law. 3 cars, and he didn't even bother coming back up until the straightaway. And I even remember Chris Buescher gave him a whole lane to come back up. Like, he knew he blocked him, and then he gave him a whole lane. He moved out of the way until the straightaway. He came back up, and it was 3 wide to the line. Denny Hamlin won.
I still think Matt DiBenedetto. Well, obviously, you know what happened with him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he got penalized at the end.
So did Chase, but then Chase's got
fixed. His got fixed. Matt, his penalty made sense, I guess. He did hit William Byron.
So
almost wrecked him.
Eric Jones should have won that race.
Yes, it was either Eric Jones, Ty Dillon, or William Byron should have won that race. I don't know who.
Ty Dillon, though.
I know. Good run for him. That was pretty cool. 3rd place finish for him. That was pretty fun. But let's...
Tanner, I agree with you there.
What?
Not happy with all the drivers who made aggressive moves.
Yeah, like I said, the chase finish at the end, that was that was a tough call too.
Yeah, but that saved him.
He made an aggressive move on Chris Buescher to get by him. Chris Buescher kind of forced him down there, but it also looked like Chase kind of just passed him without even getting blocked. So if you ask me, I don't know what to say. That's just a tough call in general. But let's look at these points now.
So with that very
insane race,
insane win for Denny Hamlin sitting at the back the whole time. He's locked in.
Yeah, so looking at the points, Denny Hamlin's locked in. Kurt Busch is locked in too. Good. Thank goodness he was locked in, or else he probably wouldn't be in at this point. Harvick's plus 68. Elliott is plus 44. Keselowski's plus 41. Truex plus 32. Bowman plus 22. And Logano's plus 21. And then the bottom four is Kyle Busch is minus 21, Austin Dillon's minus 21, Clint Bowyer's minus 38, and Eric Almirola's minus 48. So, at this rate, the bottom four is probably going to have to win this race if they want to make it, most likely. I don't know what to expect there. If anyone, Kyle Busch will probably somehow sneak it out. If he wins this race, that'll be something. That'll be something. That'll make a lot of people mad, I'm sure. But the top 100%. The top eight looks, I'd say they're safe. If they just finish this race, I mean, I think they're all fine. They'll be in the bottom four. That's going to hurt for Kyle Busch. What a terrible year to continue. And when I looked at his stats at the Roval, it's not any better.
No,
terrible stats. He's DNF twice.
Both of the times.
Yep. And I don't think Kyle Busch is making it. Austin Dillon, that's unfortunate. He's been on a roll this year, especially in this first round of the playoffs. He's had that great run, but now it's...
who knows? Austin Dillon could pull off the win.
He could sneak it off, yeah. I mean, he could win this race, but who knows what'll happen there. I mean, like I said, that's really unfortunate. Clint Bowyer, that's also really a shame. Obviously, announcement of his retirement, which we'll get to later. But yeah, he looks like he'll be out. Eric Almirola, that's also a shame. I picked him to get in because, all his consistent finishes he's had this year, it's going to come to an end. No championship will be in the likes of Eric Almirola. But yeah, that looks like that'll pretty much be your round of 8 moving on to the next round.
Probably not, Tanner.
Yeah. And now, the Xfinity race. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Ooh.
You did not watch the race, unfortunately, but I caught it, so I know what happened, and that was fun. It was...
Well, I did see,
It was a mess. Let's just put it that way. That was a mess, but it was a good mess. How about that? That sounds right. A mess,
but a good one.
A good one, yeah. They ran... the first little bit of the race without rain, no issues, normal road course race, and then the rain came, and it went to rain tires, and then everything just went crazy after that.
Yeah, I watched the recap of this race. Just seeing everybody, it was hilarious.
It was raining quite a bit at one point, and then after that, it just started pouring. They red flagged the race for a little bit.
I'm expecting to see that today.
Yeah, me too. I'm expecting that at some point. It might actually be raining harder when I looked at the radar. I think that'll be fun. Oh, gosh. But, yeah, and then A.J. Allmendinger, he closed out with the win, barely holding on, beating Noah Gragson at the end.
And that pulled us off for a good meme.
Yeah, probably another good meme. He won at the Roval, yes.
I came up with that meme.
Yeah, and then I remember earlier in the race with Noah Gragson, he had an issue with Riley Herbst that towards the middle of the race, he got spun out from the lead, and to be honest, it looked pretty bad, honestly. It looked like he just spun him out on purpose. I mean, I don't know what Riley Herbst was thinking, honestly. He was in a rough spot when it came to that race, but yeah, let's take a look at the finishing results from that race here, so we can get an idea here. So, Allmendinger won, Noah Gragson second, Daniel Hemrick third, good for him. I mean, good for my friend, one of my favorite drivers. I'm just hoping he closes in on that win soon. I've been waiting.
Maybe.
I've been waiting so long for him to win this race. But Alex LeBay in fourth. That's pretty good road course racer to say in the Xfinity Series. So honestly, not too shocked. Ross Chastain coming home fifth, not bad for him. Austin Cindr coming in sixth. To be honest, I'm shocked he wasn't battling for the win this much. He's a great road course racer.
And here's a shocker. Cody Ware in seventh.
And then
How?
Jade Buford in 8th.
What is this?
I don't know what this race was, honestly. I mean, Cody Ware and Jade Buford ran a really solid race. I mean, they ran a great race at the Daytona Road Course a couple weeks ago. But I think Cody Ware, he's actually not that bad of a driver if you think about it. He ran top 20 at the Cup race at Talladega last week. That was pretty fun, to be honest. He was contending for a top 10 maybe in the Cup race last week, and then he comes home with a solid 7th place. Good for him. And then Michael Annett in 9th, and then Brandon Jones came in 10th. And also notable, Jeffrey Earnhardt finished 11th, so good job for the Earnhardts.
Tanner, yeah, I wasn't able to watch it live, but I was able to watch like the most important parts.
Yeah, I was laughing at the part when they were showing like the camera angles and you can't even see anything. It's just water. You can't see anything. It was so funny. Especially like on the first turn, it like goes uphill and it's just like a puddle there. So they just run into a pile of water. It's actually really funny. So yeah, let's take a look at the standings while we're at it here.
Yeah.
Let's see. So entering the round, obviously that was the last race of the round 2.
Mm-hmm.
Chase Briscoe. Well, here's your round of 8. It's Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gragson, Justin Haley, Brandon Jones, Ross Chastain, and Ryan Sieg. Obviously, let's look at the top ones first. Chase Briscoe's plus 37. I don't see much happening there. I think if he just finishes these next few races, he'll be in the Final 4. Same thing for Austin Cindric, plus 37. They have the 2 most points on the season, and now they're starting to pull away. And then the back is where it starts to get a little more interesting. Obviously, it's going to be for the Final 4. Justin Allgaier's plus 10. That's not bad so far. Then Noah Gregson's plus 2. That's it. And then right behind him, Justin Haley's minus 2. Brandon Jones is minus 5. Ross Chastain is minus 15. And Ryan Sieg's minus 23. So good for Ryan Sieg making it to the round of 8. That's a pretty underdog move there for that team. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ross Chastain's a little shocking to me. I'm surprised he's this far back. I have him in my Final 4. So he's going to have to, really...
I'm a real fan of Ross Chastain.
Me too. I'm excited to see him when he gets into the Cup Series next year. But I hope he makes up that deficit.
I just hope he makes it to the Final 4.
My Final 4, for those of you that probably don't know, my Final 4 is Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Justin Allgaier, and Ross Chastain. That was my Final 4.
That's a good pick.
I'm looking good, but I just need Chastain, to start moving up. And then the guys that got eliminated last night in the race, Harrison Burton, Brandon Brown, Michael Annett, and Riley Herbst.
Whoa, Riley Herbst, another roller coaster. Roller coaster of
his race was a mess, especially when he took out Noah Gragson. That wasn't that great. That would have started making... he didn't make many people probably that happy in that race. Michael Annett, he was in a wreck early, and I think he clawed on for a nice top 10, so it wasn't a win, which is what he needed, but solid top 10. Brandon Brown, that's unfortunate. Also another really good underdog. If he had a shot to make the next round, but just things didn't go his way, and that was, like I said, also a good round, a good season overall for that small team. He'll do good next year, I'm sure. This is kind of like a nice stepping stone into next year. And then Harrison Burton.
I feel so short with this chair.
You can pull it up, right? Quick detour. He's going to pull up the chair. Other side. Bam. There you go. And then Harrison Burton, he's the last guy to look at. That was also really unfortunate for him. He had good momentum this year and all, and it just didn't play out well for him. So that'll round out talking about the Xfinity race here. Now let's talk about just some small little pieces of information I saw. Timothy Peters, he's going to run the 52 for Stuart Friesen in 2 weeks at Kansas because Stuart Friesen is going to be running a dirt race. Michigan have extended their deal with Firekeepers Casino through 2023, so title sponsorship for Michigan will stay the same for a few years. And then another little thing to talk about, the Hall of Fame ceremony, obviously with people nominated, Red Farmer, Mike Stefanik, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., they're going to have to wait until next year to get, or not next year, 2 years.
Yeah, 2022. That's a shame.
Yeah, that is really sad. Usually the ceremony, I believe it's in January every year, but now, I don't know. Are they going to have a Hall of Fame class for 2022? Or are they going to have to cancel that? Because they're going to have to move the ceremony the year later. So who knows what's going to go on there.
And next.
Okay.
Probably one of the biggest news that we have today.
Yep.
Alex Bowman to the 48.
We finally know who the 48 driver will be next year.
And I think he was a pretty good driver.
I'd say that was a good pick. I heard one of the smallest rumors a couple weeks ago that he could be in the 48. And I didn't think that was coming true. But it's a shame he's going to leave the 88, one of his cars that made him a good driver in NASCAR, where Dale Jr. gave him a chance. But now he'll be moving to the 48. He's going to be filling in for some big shoes with Jimmy Johnson. But now the other question is, there's still an open spot at Hendrick. Now it's just going to be the 88 is the open spot. Obviously, the top candidate that I've been hearing is Kyle Larson to the 88, which, to be honest, I wouldn't be shocked. I've been hearing that rumor for months now. People are thinking that they might even change the number, either to the old number 5 or 25 that Hendrick ran a few years ago. And I even heard someone say
5 would be cool.
I even heard someone say that they might change it to the 57. Now, here's why that'd be interesting. Kyle Larson in the Dirt Series, obviously he's been, tearing it up this year.
Mm-hmm.
His number is 57, so if they change the number to 57, maybe the most likely option is Kyle Larson to the number.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be shocked if they change the number and he doesn't go there. But that's probably...
Especially the 57.
Yeah, that is the 57. If you ask me, I don't think that they're going to change the number.
Yeah, 10, I agree. I really think the 5 might return.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 has been with us for a while.
Mm-hmm. The last time the 5 was in NASCAR, I believe it was when Mark Martin drove it a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But still, though, it's going to be interesting, though. I'm curious to see who will fill in Hendrick's 4th spot. And, now, quick other pieces of news. Daniel Suarez has finally announced where he's going. He's going to the brand new Trackhouse team, owned by Justin Marks, and it will be the number 99, a Chevy, and they're aligned with RCR. So, how will they perform? I'd say they're a new team, probably not going to be the greatest, but I think they'll still be in contention for good finishes, so
hopefully.
Who knows, but I expect Daniel Suarez to carry that team. He'll probably be with the team for a couple years, maybe, down the line. But who knows what will happen. Aligned with RCR, that's probably really helpful. That's going to give them, good cars to work with because they'll start pulling ahead. What do we got here? You don't know about NASCAR. Unfortunately, that's what this is all about. Trackhouse, like I said, it's a brand new team owned by Justin Marks. Former NASCAR driver, but now he's taken into the ownership of owning a team. So, like we said, who knows what will go on there. I expect, decent races out of that team. I don't expect a winning team, maybe not a playoff team, but like I said, good finishes. Start, inching closer, and maybe they'll get good finishes. So, who knows? But other pieces of news is we have Hailie Deegan. She's going to make her first Truck Series race. She'll be running the number 17 at Kansas for DGR. This is a good, this is good for her because now she's going to step into the biggest motorsport series there probably is, which is obviously NASCAR Truck Series, and she'll get there. She's in ARCA this year. I mean, she's been doing fine. She hasn't won yet. She's been having some good finishes.
Speaking of ARCA, like the new truck.
The new truck,
The new truck looks very similar.
Yes, the new truck does look really cool, actually. Yeah, it does look like her car. It doesn't have much black in it, but it still does look pretty cool for her car. Like I said, she's doing fine in ARCA. She's probably not doing the greatest, though. I think she's 3rd in points, but there's not that many competitive cars in ARCA. There's only like 8 or 9 competitive cars that, run for a win, and she's running 6th to 7th usually almost every week. But, so she's probably not learning that much when it comes, but when she gets to the Truck Series, she'll definitely be learning there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with some of the biggest drivers that she gets to race against. So, and now let's talk back to Benedetto.
Mm-hmm.
He's announced that he's staying at Wood Brothers Racing for one more year, and Austin Cindric will move to the 21 in 2022. So, he'll stay in Xfinity next year, so he's got a little more I mean, he probably doesn't need that much more learning. I mean,
No.
he's outperforming this year. I mean, he's definitely a championship favorite.
Possibly for the championship.
Oh yeah, I picked him to win the championship in my playoff predictions. So
who knows?
Who knows? He might go. You know, he might win it this year, and he might win it next year. So who knows? But good for Matt Benedetto at least. I'm sure Talladega was like a race that helped them decide like that he's capable of winning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still shocked that he hasn't won at this point. I expect him to win, if not this year, then next year.
Mm-hmm.
That is a car that's playoff contending and win contending because in Ryan Blaney's first full-time year, he won and he took it to the round of 8 of the playoffs. So you can't really blame it on the car. If anything, you got to think about the driver. So hopefully, like I said, Matt Benedetto at least gets that one win. Just that one win. Once he gets that.
I just want to see him get a win because he's a great driver.
Once he gets that win, it'll finally prove himself, that he's capable and he's actually a good driver and he'll do anything that it'll take to get that last race. But and then Austin Cindric, how will he do? He's going to be running some part-time Cup races next year, so good for him. I think he'll be a threat, maybe a little bit. I don't know what cars he's running next year, so we'll have to wait to find that out. Maybe Penske will open a 4th car. I mean, they definitely can open a 4th car, so who knows what will happen to them. What you doing? Yep. But, yeah, like I said, hopefully hopefully Austin Cindric, maybe, he'll learn a lot in the Cup Series next year, and then he'll, start full-time in 2022, and he could be in contention for wins and playoffs. And where will Matt Benedetto go after that? No clue.
No idea.
No clue where he'll be after that. I think next year will help figure out where he'll be, because however he performs will probably decide where he'll ride. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, hopefully maybe Penske will open like a 4th car at some point. But who knows what will happen there. But and now the last biggest news that we'll talk about.
Probably either probably the biggest news that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Bowyer retiring.
I'm so sad.
It's upsetting.
I really like Clint Bowyer.
He's a really great driver.
He's a good driver. He's really funny. It's really going to be a shame to see him.
I forget when they announced that.
They announced it a couple nights ago.
I think Thursday.
The weirdest thing was they announced it at like 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that coming. It was.
Yeah, I just let you know, and you're like, oh my god, he's retiring, and I'm like,
I remember,
wait, that's what that means?
Yeah, we were playing a good game of Among Us, and then all of a sudden we just get a notification saying, Bowyer to be the Fox booth analysis next year. And then I start going nuts. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what?
Wait, he's retired? And then I'm like, oh, wait, that's what that means.
Yeah.
My opinion on Bowyer's retirement.
Yeah, I know your opinion. You're not the biggest Clint Bowyer fan. I know.
I like him.
I do too. I mean, like I said, it's really going to be a shame to not see him on track, especially for... because, we're not going to hear that fun nature that he has. But we'll hear it in the booth next year.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be Mike Joy, Jeff Gordon, and Clint Bowyer in the booth.
We were just watching the radioactive thing with Bowyer and Jeff.
Oh, yeah. I cannot wait. That is going to be so fun to watch. Obviously, you can have Mike Joy, the leading analysis on Fox. Then you have Jeff Gordon. He's probably like the guy from the driver's perspective. And then you have Clint Bowyer kind of like being the next Darrell Waltrip. Obviously, no one probably can replace Darrell Waltrip if you ask me. But he'll be like the next guy, the real funny guy, another driver to be to communicate with. But like I said, it'll be pretty fun. He'll definitely bring humor to the booth next year. It has been the greatest this year. I mean, it's only been a 2-man booth with Darrell not being there. Jeff Gordon, Mike Joy. I mean, they're trying their best. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, like I said, it was kind of bland this year. It was okay, but it can be better.
Yeah.
But Bowyer got his first, well, not first, but his beginning look into the Fox booth at in the iRacing series this year, when they were under the break. Clip Bowyer was, the in-race analysis. That was pretty fun, He was mad, he was happy, he was having fun. He had a bunch of different emotions in that race. That was really funny. So, I mean, like I said, I think he'll work well in the booth, especially when he was in the race with Jeff Gordon, and they were, like, fighting against each other. They were, like, laughing. They were making fun of each other.
As we were watching that, you're like, and then they're going to be in the booth together.
Yeah, I can't wait. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now
time for our picks.
Yes.
First, we should start off with non-contenders. I will gladly start.
And obviously, just in case you know, these are our picks for the race at the Roval later today. Non-contender, obviously, it's just picks. Going to be who's not going to be a threat for the win is basically all we're saying here. But give us a second. We're pulling up some stats here so we know what we're talking about. But go ahead. Who's your non-contender?
For non-contender, I have Kyle Busch.
Okay, go ahead.
Obviously, he hasn't had the greatest year.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
And especially at the Roval, he's started there twice and DNF'd both times, as we said earlier.
I believe the first race he crashed out, and then the second one was some kind of mechanical issue, I believe.
It's not too bad. The average finish of 34th.
Gosh, I mean, it's not going to help, especially with the rain
no
later,
top
probably.
Fives, no poles, no wins.
Basically, no nothing at that track, really.
Except for DNFs. He's really good at getting DNFs.
That is, and like I said, in the rain later today, that'll probably make it more fun. And then my non-contender pick is Kyle Busch. Because, I was looking at everyone, I was curious, but there's my reasons right there. He's not good at this track.
Yeah, I basically just explained it.
He's already down under the playoffs. It's probably going to be like...
And especially with rain. Rain, that's probably... Who knows?
I don't know. I don't even know who has experience in the rain, honestly. If I could just brainstorm, like Chase Elliott, he's probably one of the best drivers on the road courses currently. I don't even know if he's ever raced in the rain. I heard something on Twitter that the only drivers that I know that has experience in the rain, I think, was Michael McDowell. So,
and he didn't do good for me.
Yeah, but who knows what he might. I mean, he's pretty good at road courses if you think about it. And if it says experience in the rain, that might help him. What do you say? Yeah, no, it's not on Kyle Busch's side. No. Yeah, I think his championship hopes are done after today. I think he's done for. And now. Let's go back and forth. I'll start an underdog pick. My underdog pick. This was tough because there's a couple, but for my underdog, I'm going with Jimmy Johnson as my underdog.
That is a good pick. I was going to be close to saying Jimmy, but I don't know what just brought me to someone else.
So, obviously, Jimmy's stats at the Roval. He's pretty good there. He almost won the first one. If it wasn't for, issues that he wanted. He was thinking more about winning the race other than advancing in the playoffs back in 2018. But still not bad. His average finish is 8th, so pretty good for him. Obviously, he's starting really far back today. I believe he's starting in 30th today. So he's going to have to do a lot of work to make his way back up front. And obviously, I don't know what his experience is in the rain. So I don't know how he'll do. But I still think he'll finish pretty well at the Roval. I think if he's not in, top 5, top 10, I'd say. Maybe he'll be a threat to win. Who knows?
I don't know. So, I chose Matt Benedetto. It was between Matt Benedetto and Jimmy Johnson, because Jimmy Johnson was pretty good, But Matt Benedetto, he started there twice, just like a lot of people. Finish on the lead lap both times. No wins, no top 5s, no poles, but average finish of 12th. It's still pretty good, though.
Obviously, we got to think. How's he going to do in the rain? No clue.
No. Well, most of these drivers haven't had experience in the rain, which is probably... I don't know. I just feel like... Well, yeah, Kyle Busch, I feel like he's just been sucking all year, so...
Yeah, he has.
Matt Benedetto, he might be able to pull something off. I really don't know.
But, who knows? And now one last thing for this podcast is our win picks. Go ahead.
Well... Shocker. Chase Elliott.
Okay.
He is really good at road courses, as most of you would know. Tanner will probably say something. Started there twice with a win to his name and a top 5. No DNFs. no poles, but still got a win. Average finish of 3.5.
If I do the math, that means he finished first. Obviously, he won, and he finished 6th. I think, if my math is correct, I think he finished 6th.
Yeah, that's how you do. Wait.
So, like I said, not bad. Obviously, 7th, 6th.
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5 times 2 is 7.
Yeah.
6 plus 1 is 7. Welcome to Daily Math with the podcast.
I'm shocked by that selection.
Yeah.
Who knows how he will do in the rain, but who do you have?
Get ready. My pick is Chase Elliott.
Wow.
In that shocker. No. I mean, he's our favorite driver.
Current.
Obviously, probably the best at road courses in the last few years. I didn't wear my
shirt, but hold on.
Uh-oh. What are you doing? Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And hold on.
Wrong 9. Sorry, don't look at this one. This is the wrong 9. This is Xfinity.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
No,
wrong one.
No.
Wrong one. But like I said,
hold on.
Oh gosh, you dropped something. Well, what are you looking at? Oh, he's looking for something. This is my diecast cars, by the way, is what he's looking for. Here. Bam. That's what he was looking for. Something like that. I mean, that's not the car he's running, but it's a car. So.
And big ones. Boom.
That's the car. I need to buy his race win car from last year at the Roval, actually. I need to buy that. But yeah, like I said, I'm really good at road courses. Probably can be one of the greatest in history at road courses, so who knows what he'll do. But
especially in the Cup.
Yeah, so, alright, I guess that's pretty much it here, guys. Thanks for watching this podcast, and
make sure to subscribe.
Leave a like.
If you haven't already.
Leave a like, and turn on that bell, too. So
yeah, turn it on so then you can know when we make podcasts and other videos.
With the podcasts are every weekend, most likely Saturday or Sunday. Obviously today's Sunday. Mm-hmm. But most likely every Sunday. Probably going to do live streams for the next few weeks, maybe.
We might make a Twitch. We will probably make a video about that.
Yes, we might. We'll think about that. But,
so just make sure to put on the bell.
And so Twitch is We Talk NASCAR, so not much different.
Only 3 followers. We haven't told
make that number go back up. Yeah, well, plus... It was kind of new, so just started it. But, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching it.
This week, and maybe live streams.
Maybe,
just stay tuned. Tanner is freaking out.
So, alright, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.
See ya.